Hello, everyone. This is Mimir. Japan's space agency, JAXA, has just unveiled a huge new strategy, a 7-year plan that's set to completely reshape their role in space. So, what's inside this ambitious blueprint? Let's dive in and find out. Yeah, this isn't just some minor update. It's a total reimagining of Japan's space program. From 2025 all the way to 2032, this new plan is going to guide every launch, every mission, and every single strategic move JAXA makes. So this begs a really important question. Why the huge shift and why right now? Well, the answer isn't just about Japan's own ambitions. It's about the new and frankly much more challenging reality of what space looks like today. This slide really breaks down the pressures that are forcing this change. First up, the international space race, it's hotter than it's been in decades. Second, all of our critical satellites for GPS, for communications, they're facing more and more threats like space debris. Third, the rise of private companies and huge satellite constellations has been a complete game changer. And finally, we just depend on space in our daily lives more than we ever have before. The bottom line here is simple. Standing still just isn't an option anymore. So in response to all that, JAXA has built its entire strategy on 4 really powerful pillars. You can think of these as the main columns that are going to hold up Japan's entire future in space. And here they are. First, there's ensuring the security of space. Second is using space to make Japan more resilient and to tackle global problems like climate change. Third, it's about creating new knowledge and even new industries through exploration. And fourth, it's strengthening the very foundation, the tech and the people that makes all of this possible. So let's break down what each of these really means. Okay, so how do these big ideas, these pillars, actually turn into real action? Let's take a look at Japan's top priorities: securing its place in orbit, protecting our home planet, and, of course, reaching for the moon. Pillar number 1 is all about security. With orbit getting more and more crowded, something called Space Situational Awareness, or SSA, is absolutely critical. Think of it like a super advanced air traffic control system for space, tracking every satellite and piece of junk to prevent collisions. This is so essential for protecting the satellites we rely on for everything from navigation to disaster response, and really for keeping space safe for everyone. Now, Pillar 2 brings the benefits of space right back home to Earth. We're talking about incredibly advanced satellites like ALAS-4, which gives us crucial data to manage natural disasters, and missions like GOSAT, which are up there tracking greenhouse gases to help us fight climate change. This kind of data is just vital for building a stronger planet and a more secure global economy. And then we have Pillar 3. This is where we get into pushing the absolute boundaries of human exploration and innovation, and nothing says ambition quite like this. As a key partner in the American-led Artemis program, Japan is aiming for something truly historic, landing one of its own astronauts on the moon. And this isn't just some far-off dream. It's a concrete, step-by-step plan. Japan is already contributing essential hardware and supplies to the Lunar Gateway. That's humanity's future outpost that'll orbit the moon. The next huge step is to build a crewed, pressurized rover, which will let astronauts explore the lunar surface for way longer. And all of this is building towards that ultimate goal in the early 2030s, a Japanese astronaut walking on the moon. But look, none of this is possible. Not the moonshot, not the Earth observation, none of it without the 4th and final pillar, a really strong technological and industrial foundation to stand on. And this slide points to a major strategic shift. The old way of doing things, the government-led model, is on its way out. The new model is all about co-creation with the private sector. JAXA is now actively teaming up with companies and startups to speed up innovation, bring down costs, and build a truly vibrant and sustainable space industry in Japan. And right at the heart of that foundation is having your own ride to space. This slide lays out a super clear 3-step plan. First, they've got to perfect the reliability of their new flagship rocket, the H3. Second, make it competitive on the world stage to attract commercial business. And third, they're already starting development on the next generation rocket to make sure Japan stays on the cutting edge for years to come. So, when you put all 4 of these pillars together, what does it all really mean? Why is this 7-year plan such a pivotal moment, not just for Japan, but for all of us? Well, this whole plan is driven by a really powerful vision: to secure Japan's independence in space, to use space to fuel economic growth back here on Earth, and to keep making unique contributions to our shared human quest for knowledge. It's a really bold vision for a brand new era in space, and it kind of leaves us with one final thought. As our world gets more and more tangled up with what happens in orbit, the strategic moves of countries like Japan are going to shape not just their own future, but the future for all of humanity. If you found this channel interesting, please subscribe and hit the like button.